Welcome to Chapter 2, Alphabets. Previously, we discussed early visual language systems such as pictographs, petroglyphs, cuneiform, and hieroglyphics. These early systems were very hard to learn and master. The hundreds of signs and symbols required by cuneiform and hieroglyphics were replaced by 20 or 30 easily learned elementary signs. The invention of the alphabet was a major step forward in human communications. Let's begin with the North Semitic alphabet. A Semite is a member of many ancient people in Southwest Asia, including the Canaanites, the Arabs, the Hebrews, and the Phoenicians of the Western Mediterranean region. Hebrew and Arabic languages. Early alphabets branched into multiple directions, including the Phoenician alphabet that further evolved in Greece and Rome, as well as the Aramaic alphabet, which gave rise to the Hebrew and Arabic writing systems elsewhere in the same geographic region. Let's begin by discussing Hebrew and Arabic languages. The Rosh Shamrach script, or the Legend of Chpt. North Semitic cuneiform-like alphabet was the first script discovered that used characters to represent consonant sounds. It's dated to be around 1500 BC. It's also called the Ugaritic text. It was discovered in 1928, full of ancient cuneiform. Google the Legend of Chpt for a fabulous story, very reminiscent of Helen of Troy from Greek mythology. Hebrew alphabet. The oldest examples of the Hebrew alphabet date from around 1000 BC. The Hebrew alphabet is also known by scholars as the Jewish script, the square script, and the block script. The Hebrew alphabet has 22 letters but does not have a case like upper or lower case styles. The Arabic alphabet. Arabic writing originated before or around 500 BC in two forms, Naskhi characters and Kufic characters. Consider their graphic characteristics and similarities to the Hebrew and Arabic languages. What do they look like together? Now let's look at the Greek alphabet, derived from the Phoenician alphabet around 1000 BC. The legend of King Cadmus describes how the Greeks got the Phoenician alphabet. Stop here now and watch the video link, The Legend of Cadmus. How do you think the Greeks were really exposed to the Phoenician culture and influence? Various regions adapted the alphabet to their own needs until around 400 BC, when Athens, Greece officially adopted the version that became standard throughout Greece. Here are two examples of a Greek alphabet, a very early version here and then a mature version down below. From a geographic viewpoint, the Greeks applied geometric structure and order to the Phoenician characters. They created an alphabet which was aesthetically pleasing, conveying harmony and beauty. These visual qualities made the Greek alphabet the prototype for subsequent developments. The Greek letter. In its inscriptional form, the Greek letter became a symmetrical geometric construction of timeless beauty. Stone carvers took liberty with the letter form design while maintaining the basic structure of the 24-character alphabet, which is stabilized by the classical period and is still used in Greece today. The Latin alphabet. This brings us to the Latin alphabet, which came from Greece to the Romans by way of the Etruscans. Rome conquered Greece in the 2nd century BC and absorbed Greek literature, art, and religion and altered them to conform to their society and spread them throughout the vast Roman Empire. Rome took great pride in their accomplishments and created monumental letter forms for architectural inscriptions celebrating their generals and their battle victories. The Latin alphabet. The Roman written hand took two main design styles, Capitalis quadrata, and the second style is called Capitalis rustica. Look at the two characteristics of these two different styles of writing. Here's an example of the Capitalis rustica from a wall in Pompeii from the 1st century. The Papyrus War. Tradition holds that the king of Alexandria and the king of Egypt became involved in a battle to create libraries. Townby placed an embargo on papyrus shipments to prevent his rivals from producing scrolls. As a result, parchment made from the skins of domestic animals such as sheep, calves, and goats was introduced to overcome the embargo. So parchment became used for writing in 190 BC by necessity. Codex, a revolutionary design format, began to replace scrolls in Rome and Greece in the time of Christ. This new graphic format became a symbol of religious belief in the late decade of the Roman Empire. Emperor Constantine had made Christianity the official religion of Rome and elevated books and writing to a new level of importance. Book formats became more important than the scroll formats for scholars at this time. Eventually, after the fall of Rome, its alphabet became the design form for visible languages in the Western world. So to conclude this chapter, alphabetic writing began to slowly transform Western society. Alphabetic writing was easy to learn and literacy was put within reach of ordinary people. The alphabet remains one of humankind's greatest achievements, and it brought whole communities of people together and provided greater access of information and public affairs. As the book says, the simplicity of an alphabet belies its pivotal role in human history and in the history of graphic design.